Here to discuss trends in consumer and retail is David Baram, co-founder of VMG Partners. Thanks for joining me, David.
Thanks for having me.
So to start off with, your firm has had some very successful exits recently. Pirates Booty, Natural Balance Pet Food. Can you talk a little bit about how those investments came about and why they were successes?
Sure. Well, in the case of Natural Balance, which at the time we made the investment was one of the largest independent pet food brands in the independent channel. So it was about a $60 million business in sales. And in that case, they actually were not looking for an equity partner. They were looking for someone that could bring some value to them, particularly on the marketing side. And that's an area we spent a lot of time focusing our resources, is on the brand building and on the marketing side. And I got to know the founder of Natural Balance, a gentleman by the name of Joey Herrick. And we spent a lot of time together, and we made that investment a little over 4 years ago. And we spent much of the last 4 years really working with them on the brand building side, on the marketing side, helping them improve their supply chain. As the specialty market in pet, premium pet has continued to grow, it's become a hyper-competitive space. So the challenge with Natural Balance was, how can we make sure that in a 3 to 5 year period, it was one of, if not the largest independent pet food brand. And 4 years later, along with Blue Buffalo, it was the largest independent brand in the space, and we sold that last month to Del Monte.
Great. Now, it's a great time to exit investments, but is it a good time to invest in companies? And are there any particular areas you're interested in right now?
We think it's a great time to invest, regardless of what goes on in the market, because one of the exciting things about consumer, unlike a lot of other categories, every day there are hundreds of new entrepreneurs starting consumer product companies. You know, there's low barriers to entry, whether it be a healthy products, healthy food product, whether it be a pet food business, whether it be apparel business, there are always new brands coming into the market. And most of those, at some point, will need a strategic partner to help grow. Because there's low barriers of entry, they tend to be hyper-competitive categories. So we love finding opportunities where we can bring value to the equation. And if it's a growth story, then despite a lot of the talk right now about valuation expectations getting a bit frothy and out of control, which is the case, we do see that. But if it's a brand where we believe returns can be generated through growth as opposed to financial engineering, then those valuation expectations haven't scared us off, and I think haven't scared off some of the other consumer-focused funds. And it's one of the reasons you still see a lot of deal volume in the space.
Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely, no problem.
And that was David Baram, co-founder of VMG.